a procrastinator? Millions of people are, as they still have not filed their taxes. So we've got some last minute help for you as we enter into the last and final week that you can get your taxes done. Shauna, the tax goddess, that's what everyone calls her. She's with Tax Goddess Business Services, joining us for our last minute filing tips. Thank you for being here this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
At this point, a lot of people are saying, yeah, I've got a week left. Where can I even make sure that they're filed on time? And a lot of people are doing e-filing now.
Of course, but if you're still stuck with the old-fashioned paper file, which some returns have to go paper file, the best way to make sure that you get filed timely, there's a post office on 4949 East Van Buren that is open until midnight on the 17th. So if you're really ready to stand in that line at midnight, you can definitely get there and still get your tax returns filed on time before midnight.
Okay, that's good to know. It's actually going to be open with people inside, not just a drop-off.
Yep, open until 11:59 p.m.
Okay.
So, but the recommendation is try and get there a little early because there are lines. So.
Okay, very good. Now, when you're talking about taxes, getting them done, some people look over tax credits.
Absolutely. Well, and especially being here in Arizona, if you file your tax return timely, so before April 17th or with an extension, you are actually allowed to make a $1,000 for a married filing joint couple contribution to any of the Arizona private school tuition credit organizations. And that $1,000, it's basically you give away $1 and you're actually making $1 back. So if you owe on state of Arizona taxes, you can give away that $1,000 if you're married filing joint and actually get $1,000 back on your tax return. So it's a great, and of course, great help for the schools, gives you some money back, so everybody's happy.
Can you designate that to a specific student?
You can. Now, you want to make sure, especially in this time frame, meaning it's after December 31st, but before April 17th of this year, you can do that, but you're going to want to call the school and check with them.
Okay.
So,
okay. That's good to know. Good to know. And then our last tip this morning that you want to share with our viewers.
Absolutely. You need to make sure that the IRS actually receives your tax return as well as your payments.
What's the best way to go about doing that?
Certified return receipt.
Okay.
If you go, or when you go to the post office, if you're sending that payment or sending your paper return, there are little green and white slips that the post office can help you put on your envelopes. You want to make sure on the slips that you write what you're sending in the envelope. So if you're sending a payment, sending a tax return, sometimes the IRS loses things just because it's such a large organization. So you need to have proof that you sent those documents or those payments to the IRS and on what day you sent them. So.
What if you're what if you're doing it by e-file? How is there a way to make sure that they've received it properly?
There is. Most tax preparers that are using e-file will actually have a system that the e-file gets sent to the government and we get a response back saying yes, it's been accepted or no, it's been rejected. So if you're e-filing, you may want to just double check with your preparer, have I been actually e-filed and hasn't been accepted?
Okay, good to know. Shauna, thank you so much for shedding some light because that deadline is here. We see more and more people procrastinating, don't we?
Absolutely.
When's the last day you can file an extension up to that point, though?
This year you have until April 17th because the 15th falls on a Sunday. The extension will get you all the way out until October 15th, but please remember an extension is only an extension of time to file. You need to pay. If you owe money, you have to pay by the 17th.
Okay, that's good. Thank you very much. At least we get an extra 2 days out of it.
The goods and the bads, yeah.
Gotta look at it that way.
Exactly.
Thank you very much, Shauna. Again, Shauna this morning joining us from Tax Goddess Business Services.